Normally in the start screen, you actually create a character. I'll talk a little bit more of creating a character kind of when I'm sailing in downtime. But really just spend some time in there and pick out one you really like. The galleon we got here is a 4-person. You can go in, click on open crew, close crew. Open crew gets you random players, close crew gets you players you have to play with. Brigantine is a 3-person crew max, and a sloop is a 2-person crew max. I'm going to go into the sloop today. It's a good way to start if you're a beginner. And then I'm going to go close crew so nobody joins me. So that way we start right at an outpost. That's usually where you start with your ship if you are just beginning the game for the day. So we'll go close crew. It's going to bring up basically the menu. You're going to see it has 2 spots, but there's 4 complete total. That's if you go to the galleon. It all looks kind of the same. So then we go to set sail. Alright, when you do start the game for the first time, like basically without going in an open crew could randomly put you into the middle of the game, but it'll start you in the bar here, which is always at outpost, and there are outposts throughout the sea. So the first thing I do is actually hit your little menu button and go to settings, go to gameplay, and I already did this with this guy, but I'm going to turn it back down. Usually when you start it's right around 5.56. I would suggest turning it all the way up to 10 right away so you get used to the sensitivity for your character at a higher speed right off the bat, because this is definitely going to help you player versus player. In that, there's other stuff you can kind of mess with the controller. If you want to switch your buttons, your audio, your sound, your stuff like that. Abilities and settings, the color. They have it kind of set up if you're colorblind, help you look at the colors, stuff like that. I have everything basically standard. There's also my crew. In my crew, you can mute players. You can go in, mute other players, mute all their chat. And there's crew management. In crew management, you can change the type to open if you want to get some random players in there to help you out. You can allow friends to join you if you just want to play by yourself. You hit no, so no one can join you. Scuttle ship is basically to start a ship and kind of start new with the ship. So once you're in the bar here, the first thing I usually like to do is I like to go to the barrels and pick out basically some supplies that you're going to need for the ship. This one didn't really have much. At every outpost there's barrels everywhere. This is going to be Dagger Tooth outpost now that I'm out. And every outpost has your 3 main guilds. And we're going to go to these right now. This building right here with the little eye is your Order of Souls building. You're going to pick up quests at these locations. This is where you go, you browse. You can buy your Order of Souls missions that you need to do. Once you start doing these, you collect skulls, you turn them right back into this lady at one of the outposts, doesn't matter which outpost, and then you start leveling up your rankings in your systems. So once you get to 5, you can buy a higher leveled quest line. So every time you go up 5, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, gets you all the way to the top. Every time you buy one, it makes the skeletons a little bit harder. They spawn more in, and you get more rewards and money for each quest completed as you turn skeleton. This little tent here is the Gold Hoarder tent. Same thing, this is where you can go to this gentleman.
Welcome, Golden One.
And go into his first one, same thing, got to 5. You can, once you start leveling up stuff, you can buy better shovels and compasses from him. You also have quests. On this one, I'm actually going to pick up a quest here, because we're going to run one of these, show you how it's done. So right there's the purchasing of it.
Go find beautiful gold.
And then the last guild is out here on the dock. She's always out on the dock. This is your merchant. Merchant is basically, there's two different kinds. There's cargo runs, so we talk to her.
Chickens?
And then there's animals, which I eventually will get into doing a couple of those quests too. These ones here are cargo. This one here is animals. Animals, you basically pick up your crates here before you leave the outpost. Go to the island that has the animals that you need on, pick them up, and take them to the outpost. It tells you to deliver them to. There are 4 other buildings other than the bar and your guilds out here in these outposts. We're going to come to the far side over here. Let's start with this one. This is your weapons store. And all weapon stores have the ability to basically go in here and change your weapons that you have on your inventory. You have your sword, your pistol, your blunderbuss, and your eye of reach. I like to run the sword and eye of reach. Blunderbuss if I'm doing like gold skeletons, which you'll learn more about gold skeletons when you start playing.
I'm sure.
In here is basically all the different kinds of weapons. Just different looks. Nothing makes your weapons more powerful or less powerful. Everything is all equal.
Farewell.
It's all just cosmetics. Now if we move down this way a little bit, on the outpost, every other thing has a clothes store. Clothes store is definitely a place you want to go. Get your guy a little more clothes. Obviously you can see I'm still a new character too on this one. So I don't have much. People do look for that when they're sailing the seas. If you're new, they're going to kind of try to pick on you a little more. So the best thing to do is get some clothes. And same thing with your ship. You're going to want to get some decoration to it too, so it doesn't look so just plain and new. And then last but not least, you have your tools shop. Tools are basically all your tools you're going to use. And same thing, it's all just cosmetics. It's just basically getting stuff you like, adding to your guy, making your guy your own. So basically that is that. We've already picked up gold hoarders, so we're going to kind of head over to the ship. Oh, and I did miss the ship customization right here on the dock. The other thing on the dock other than the merch is the ship. And here's where you're going to buy your sails, your hulls, your cannons, figureheads. And basically, like I said, the first thing I'd want to do is get in here, make some money, get your 49,000, buy one of these hulls. Now, every outpost too, for clothes, weapons, sails, merch, not merch, sorry, tools, every outpost has different things too. Not every outpost has the exact same thing. So we're going to kind of come over here to our ship. This is a sloop, 2-person, smallest, not the fastest, quite slow. Got the ladders, I don't know why. Alright, first thing I usually do when I get on my ship, turn all the lights off because you definitely don't want to be noticed. It's the best way to stay unnoticed, especially in the dark and stuff like that. Right here we have some buckets for barrels, or for cannonballs, sorry. This is where you can switch out your guns on your ship. This is your ammo reload. Y brings up your sword. Y switches to your gun. Down in the right hand corner, which you might not be able to see because I know there is my video screen. There's your ammo. You get 5 shots and you have to come back up basically to this reload. Right here in the back of the sloop is your map table. Your map table shows basically all the islands. And we have all the outposts. Right now we're at Daggertooth. I'm just going to kind of circle them so you can kind of get a gist of where the outposts are. Sanctuary Outpost. Golden Sands Outpost. Plunder Outpost. Ancient Spires Outpost. And Galleon Grave Outpost. These are all your outposts. There is one more over here in the Devil's Roar, This will be a different tutorial I will get to, but that is one more outpost. But these are your main in the area, not the Devil's Roar, just the regular. And then you have all your little islands, and basically sometimes you're going to get a quest that's going to tell you what island to go to, sometimes you're going to get a map that just kind of shows it. So over here we have our quest table where we propose a voyage. Down in the bottom of the ship we have some barrels to store your bananas, and we have some barrels to store your planks. Planks are used to repair your hull when you get holes. You get holes by other players shooting holes into you, gunpowder barrels blowing up, and just crashing into the islands. So on the voyage table, basically, kind of get you started here. We're going to put down our gold hoarders that we picked up. And then if there's 2 players, you can actually put 2 down. You can look up in the right hand corner of this where it's got that little gray little key that kind of shows what level you are. The color changes, it gets some marks, stuff like that. So you can pick it up if you don't like that. If you guys want to decide to run something else, all you do is hold Y, pick it up. And then you just go back in, put it down, place it. So then it's going to tell you that you started your quest. It shows you who's playing. Right now it's just me, Dranak. And then it goes away. If there's more than one chapter, it'll say chapter 1 before that goes down, and then you know it's going to be a multiple place voyage. Next it's going to bring up a little quest received. Right there it shows 1 scroll. 1 scroll means I have 1 island. So then here, I'm going to use my right bumper. My right bumper brings up my quest logs. And right now, we basically only have this 1 quest. It's a map. So basically look at the map, kind of get a good look of what it looks like. And you come over to the map table. And some of these islands are a lot smaller, so you're going to want to zoom in. And then we're basically going to just kind of scroll around here like this until you find the island that we have. Right there it is. So next you look kind of like where you're at, where it's at. Looks like we're going to have to head northwest to get to the island we need to get to. So then basically from there, before I start, I'm going to just hit the right bumper here, and I'm going to go into our tool wheel. This is basically your bananas. You use that for health. Cannonballs for your cannons to shoot at ships. Here's planks. We have the scope to basically look around, look for ships. It helps you definitely if you go up in Crow's Nest, check stuff out. Shovel for digging up chests. Lantern for when it's dark, easier to see. And then there's some quests you can do with the lantern too. A bucket, bailing out water when you get holes and your ship starts to sink. And we got a compass to basically check your heading. And or for a quest, you have to use it to do paces in certain directions for riddles. You can also hit more. You got your speaking trumpet to talk to other ships that are a little bit out in the distance. Usually it's about like a block and a half on the map if you look at the map when it's blocked. You have your drinking cup, your drum, and your other musical instruments, and then your clock. Your clock comes in handy for merch because it has your date right down in there in the bottom, and then your time, because most of the stuff has a time and a date before it expires. So basically, to get moving here, we're going to go up into the Crow's Nest first. We're going to set a flag. Flag helps you basically see which way the wind's going. There's 2 different types of things with the flags. You got just your standard all-out flags. This flag here, Reaper, will actually show your ship on the map to everybody, and it kind of makes people draw in to attention. So like they'll either stay away or they're gonna come bother you. And then if you use your right and left bumper, you can actually switch over to an alliance flag. Alliance flag, if you fly, basically saying I want to form an alliance. If you form an alliance, you get rep and 50% of the money that the other players make. You don't get any stuff towards accommodations or anything like that, but it definitely does help you level up and things like that. I'm just going to put up a standard flag right now because we're just sailing around solo here. So then the next thing, you gotta put the anchor up. Anchor on a sloop's in the back of the ship. Brig, it's in the middle, and same with on the galleon, it's in the middle. They move faster. The smaller one moves a lot faster. The bigger one takes a couple more people to do. Over here is your sail length. The sail length is what makes us go and stop. And then sail angle adjusts to the wind for faster and slower speeds. Basically, you want to keep in the wind to go the fastest. So here we go. We're going to bring our sail down. We're going to start moving. And the island we needed is definitely to the northwest, if what I remember. You also have a compass right here by your wheel to help you kind of get your heading. You can always go back down and check the map table too to make sure your ship's pointing in the direction you want to go. Clicks right here when you hit to straight. Pretty easy to figure out. And you can come up here from the sloop. You can actually just kind of look down where you're at and see where your marks are. It won't move, so basically whatever the map's showing is where you see. So like basically now I can come down here, move back to that island. It's going to still show my ship. So then when I come back up here, I'm take a quick peek down. See that I need to go a little bit more north. And now what I was talking about the character thing while we're sailing, because sailing takes a little while. When you first start the game, you definitely want to pick out a character that's gonna be like something you want, because that's the character you get. There's no like updating his features or anything like that. The only thing you can really update is his cosmetics, the clothes he wears, the tattoos, his hair color. That's really it. My only suggestion is try to pick a smaller character, because bigger characters are a lot easier to shoot at, a lot easier to spot in the water, and things like that. The smaller character is a little bit harder for the player versus player because they are smaller. A little harder to detect on islands and swimming in the water. Because when you are swimming in the water, under the water, it will kind of show you a little bit of like their shadow in it. So basically here too, just keep adjusting my sail. You know when you hit the wind, because the sail will actually completely fold out and down. Right now I'm not. I don't have enough to get any. If I turn left here, we'll get a little bit of wind, just to show you what the sail does that. And then you know that's basically you have the most wind possible when it flexes out like that. If you are on a sloop and you're being chased, the best thing you can do is go into the wind. Because the sloop is the lightest and made for basically sailing into the wind. So basically, if the galleon's chasing you and you go into the wind, they're going to start falling behind you and start to get a little head on them. Not much, and basically sometimes going to have to do a little maneuvering to get to outposts. The best thing you can do there too is if you can get to an outpost, you just kind of jump with your best chest, run to the island, sell, go back. What happens when you leave your ship is a mermaid comes into the water that will basically help you get back to it. So as long as you keep it moving, once you stop, if you're playing against like someone big chasing you, they're gonna sink you and take all your stuff. So another thing too, when you're first starting out like this, whenever you're doing something that you go past an outpost, stop, sell your stuff, move your rep up. Should be our island right here that we're approaching. Next tip that I'd give you for basically sailing, and I would say start sailing on a sloop just because it helps you get like your sailing down by yourself, so that way when you join bigger groups or random groups you kind of have a little bit of an idea of what you're doing, because you definitely don't want to just jump in, and people don't like that, and they'll throw you into brig, stuff like that, and that doesn't make for a good experience at all. I like to tell people right away, don't use the anchor to stop, use your sail. If you take your sail, lift it out of the wind, you're going to come to a stop. You're eventually going to stop. It does seem like sometimes you float a lot, but just mess with it, play with it. Lift it up halfway, start slowing down. As you get closer, lift it all the way up. If you coast in and bump, you're not going to usually do too much damage unless like you're really turning in fast. So I usually just keep lifting my sail up slowly until I get close enough that I feel comfortable just swimming in. If I feel like I'm going to crash, I will pull the anchor, but if I pull the anchor, I'm going to lift that thing right up right away. Because when the anchor's down, which I'm just going to show you, you can't do anything. So if another ship's coming in, and I need to get out of here, and I'm like, oh no, here comes a ship. Throw your sail down, nothing. Same with turning. You can't turn, you can't do anything. So I like to have the anchor up, that way you're ready, just in case you have to go. So basically, if I do throw the anchor down, I always put my sail up, lift my anchor back up, stop. And then basically you can turn and stuff like that. And I like to be able to turn because if a ship's coming in at you, you can kind of point at him. What I call this is like squaring up. So basically I square my cannon up with them as they come in, and then I can put some holes in their hull, slow them down a little bit, get them, you know, trying to repair. But for now, we're going to go back to this quest. So we have this map. Came down on the south side here. Or we're on the south side of the island. Came north. So you kind of just look at the layout of the island. Obviously, when we look at our map, the rock over here to the right is right over here. And then we have the rest to the left. So we know that chest has got to be somewhere in the middle. Right trigger shoots. Right trigger also does your sword swipe. Like I said, Y brings it up. Left trigger blocks. Over here we have a guy with the gunpowder. So those they can turn those on and off. I like to shoot them with my eye reach. This is why I use the eye reach. And like I said, swords and stuff don't matter. There's no difference that makes you stronger or weaker. The skeletons just change their strengths by what kind of quests you run. Right now we're on the beginning quests. Here's a little block, so you gotta block blocks. If you hold the right trigger, it does like a special sword strike, a little more powerful. If you miss, your guy freezes, then the skeletons can get you. The other thing is, if you use your left block, and this is a quick tip, tricks some people don't know. If you use your left block and then hold the right trigger, your guy actually moves it faster while he's getting ready to do the quick strike, where if you just do it regularly, you just have the slow pace walk. When I'm on an island, I always try to pick up some more supplies, because you're always going to need supplies. Bananas, cannonballs, stuff like that. Sorry about that. Also, on islands, things will drop. Like this is a banana crate. Basically, it's an extra storage bin, and you can turn them in and sell them. So if you have extra bananas, you can sell. We also have a rowboat here today. Some islands will have the rowboats on. So now, once again, we're going to go back to this. So now right here, we got some skeletons that spawned in. And it's gunpowder. Usually gunpowder, I come back into the water. Give myself a chance to shoot at these guys. If you group them, they're going to chain. Plus you can kill other skeletons. Right there, I just got accommodation. I'll kind of go into that reel in a little bit here. But, so now we are looking at the map. We got more skeletons. They're really going to just fill me up with skeletons. I'm trying to show you guys something. So go back to my quests. More. But this is like that little break right here. Another gunpowder. See right there, he's lighting his gunpowder. So we're just going to try to run as fast as we can. That one actually got me. There's my health bar. So, right here I can show you. Basically, you take the banana out. See your right bumper. Scroll up to it, click on it, brings it out. Right trigger. And sorry, it was left bumper, not right. So now, back to the quest. We have this little grass spot here. And then there's the X just to the right of it. So get your shovel out. Oh, and look at that. We get a captain's chest on our first try. That's nice. Captain's chests are most expensive. Same with the skulls. You got the villainous skulls. And they also move you the most. Digging can be different. Sometimes you can dig a lot. Sometimes it's really quick. Basically right there it says our voyage is complete. So what I'm going to do is just put everything in the rowboat. Rowboats do take damage. They can, obviously, from that last one. Gunpowder, we lost a little bit. Okay, skeletons with guns, the best thing you can do is try to hit those guys first, because if you're hitting them, they can't shoot at you. Man, there's tons of skeletons today. So, seen a little bit of every skeleton. They have ones with blunders, eye of reach, and pistols. The eye of reach guys, they're pretty good. They'll knock you back, and it's a pain in the butt. They'll kill you pretty quick too. Right and left bumper, or triggers, sorry, or what run the rowboat. Beached here. If you use your right bumper, it's actually like a brake, and then your left trigger, or vice versa, it actually does a quicker turn. And then all rowboats get docked on the back. Basically, you just have to get close. It's going to show you why when you get close to it. You hold Y, and it docks your rowboat. Never leave your stuff in your rowboat, because if someone comes to get you and all your stuff's in your rowboat, all they're going to do is jump in your rowboat, detach it, and start rowing away. Especially if you're not paying attention. You'll have no idea. So now we got this, we're basically just going to head back to the outpost. And then I'll explain a little bit more on things to do. So we came northwest, so the outpost is going to be southeast. Put the sails down. Wind's coming at us. Best thing to actually do when the wind's coming at you is put your sails straight to the front when you're going straight into it. Not sure if that's really the way you go the fastest, but in this game it is the fastest. I've seen tests with all of the sloops, brigs, and galleons side by side, and when the sails, like the two sloops are together, when one turns trying to just keep the wind cut, it is definitely slower than the one that's got the sail to the front. Alright guys, we're coming into the outpost right now. I usually try to get back to the dock in the front that has like the merch and stuff like that. It usually is the quickest one to get to all the places to drop your stuff. Sometimes, though, there are other docks and things like that that you can stop at too. Like I said, I like to always get back to the main one. It gives you usually the closest spot to getting into everything. So basically here I'm just going to bring us into the dock. I'm going to sell that chest. And that's going to be that for this tutorial. My next tutorial is going to be Friday, 9 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. If you want to check it out, feel free to stop in. If there are questions, I will answer questions along the way. Right here we actually might bump pretty hard because I pulled the sail up too late, which if I do... Let's say if I do, I will show you how to repair a ship. It's pretty easy. You just come in, take your board, your plank, put it not where the hole is. You're going to hit hold right trigger. It's going to basically take a little time to load it. And that's going to be, and then it'll put the patch down. So now basically with the chest, get right back to the gold hoarder's tent. Right here, after you turn it in, you're going to get your cash up in the corner. And then it's going to show you your rank move. So I went from 1, slides all the way around. I got level 2 already. Level 3 for that captain's chest, that's pretty good. Like I said, once you hit 5, you can buy the next one. All these first quests are basically going to be free, so you just pick them up and kind of do them. So on the next tutorial, I'm just going to go, we're going to run an order of souls, and we'll probably get a merch done too. I'm going to try to keep these like from 30 to 40 minutes so they're not overly long. And then we'll also go into the start menu, and we're going to go through, like, this is basically your inventory for resources, your equipment, your quests, and your reputation, which the reputation is not loading right now. So it's a good thing I'm going to do it on the next one. So that's basically, oh, here we go. Your village rats, which is a bunch of side stuff, your gold hoarders, your order of souls, and your merch alliance. And basically these are your levels, and but I'll go more into detail on them on the next one. So thanks for checking it out, and I hope this helped you get you started on your way to a pirate legend. Thank you. See you on the seas.